Hi everyone, myself Khushali Patel, and today we are going to talk about implications of social media on jury selection. You know, with Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn becoming such a big part of our daily lives, they are also starting to change how we pick jurors. So let us take a look at some examples from different countries to really understand how social media is affecting this whole jury selection process. So, around the world, when selecting a jury, lawyers traditionally use this process called voir dire. They would ask potential jurors questions to see if they were a good match for a case, making sure nobody had any unfair biases. But now, with social media in the mix, things are changing. Lawyers everywhere have to consider how platforms like Facebook and Twitter are shaping what jurors think. Social media spreads into information so fast, which could totally change how jurors see a case and what they decide. In India, the process of selecting a jury is a bit different compared to some other countries. While most trials are decided by judges here, in a certain significant cases, a jury is indeed chosen. However, despite the less common occurrence of jury trials, social media still holds considerable sway in these cases. Just like in other parts of the world, people in India are active on social media platforms. So when there is a high profile trial, you can bet people are will be going to talk about it online. And these discussions on social media could easily catch the attention of potential jurors and influence their opinions, much like what happens in other countries. That is why it is crucial for lawyers and judges in India also to take social media into account when they are selecting a jury. Now, let us understand how the social media is influencing. Today, social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and even Instagram have become places where people in the legal field connect. Judges, lawyers, and even potential jurors are all hanging out in the online communities. We use these platforms for almost all sort of things. For lawyers, it is a way to connect with their colleagues, share legal insights, and stay updated on industry news. And what about judges? Well, they are all on the social media too, networking with other judges, sharing their ideas, or giving updates about court matters. Yet, despite these advantages, there are drawbacks to consider. False information or rumors are also spread on these platforms, and they have potential to sway the public opinion, which can lead to potential bias among jurors and influencing trial results. Furthermore, there is one unethical conduct also, like lawyers engaging with jurors online, or they may disclose confidential details. It could seriously affect the outcome of a trial. With and even with like social media being so popular, it is adding a whole new layer of complexity to the things. Like information, whether it is true or not, can spread like crazy. You know, like it can spread like viral across these platforms, and that makes it really hard to control what people think and make sure that trials are being fairer. Now, here are some legal precedents and guidelines. Indian courts can understand better how social media affects jury selection by looking at some examples from around the world and adjusting their methods for picking jurors to fit India's legal system. Now, talking about the Oracle America Incorporation versus Google Incorporation case in the United States. For example, in this case, the court dealt with how lawyers used social media to learn a lot about potential jurors. The court was worried that this might invade the privacy and make trials unfair. They suggested solutions like telling jurors about social media research and letting them change their privacy settings. There has been another case in US only, United States versus Alonis. In this case, the court emphasized how important it is to see what jurors do on social media and how it might affect trials. It also showed how Facebook posts could change jurors' opinions, stressing that how crucial it is for jurors to stay fair even when influenced by social media. In India, even though we haven't faced many cases directly about the social media in jury selection, but courts have dealt with similar issues in different areas. For example, in the case of Shreya Singhal versus Union of India, the Supreme Court looked at laws about what people say online. The court said it is crucial to protect freedom of speech on the internet, but it is also important to have rules to prevent misuse of them. Plus, now Indian courts have started saying how important evidence from social media in different types of legal cases like cybercrime, defamation, and disputes over intellectual property. This shows that they are becoming more aware of how social media affects the law. These changes are laying the groundwork for dealing with similar issues in jury selection. Now, there are various challenges and even opportunities when talking about the selection of juries. In India, things in the legal system are changing very fast because of new technology and shifting attitudes. This brings both good and bad things, especially when it comes to using social media for picking juries. When it comes to selecting juries, Indian courts have some tough challenges also. They have to figure out the rules for using social media to learn about potential jurors. It is not always clear what is okay and what is not. Since lots of people in India use social media, it is super important to protect their privacy. Courts need to make sure that checking out social media does not get too nosy into people's personal lives, Plus, making sure things are fair is really important too. It is tough to make sure everyone gets a fair shot when using social media to pick jurors, so courts need to be very fair to everyone involved in the case. But there are some good things too. Like social media can help lawyers understand who potential jurors are and what they think, which can make sure juries and trials are fair. Using social media can also make it easier for everyone in a trial to learn about potential jurors, making the legal system more open and fair. Dealing with the challenges of social media in picking juries needs everyone's help. Whether they are lawyers, judges, and experts, they all can work together to make sure it is done in the right way. In short, while media brings challenges in picking juries, it also gives us opportunity to make things fairer and clearer in India's legal system by respecting everyone's privacy, being fair to all, and working together. Indian courts can make the most of social media for fairer trials in today's digital world. Coming to the conclusion, the legal effects of social media on picking juries show that how important it is to strike a careful balance between the good stuff about technology and doing what is right and respectful. While social media sites give us helpful hints about who might end up on a jury and what they think, they also bring some big challenges about being fair, keeping stuff private, and making sure trials are done honestly. By checking out other countries that how they handle the issues and fitting those solutions them into India's own legal system, courts can tackle this challenge as well, which can make sure that picking juries stay fair, clear, and unbiased in today's digital world. By this, I would like to conclude myself. Thank you for hearing me.